Well, very good. Well, listen, we're just very excited about our conference call tonight because we've got some other wonderful ones coming up, too. We're just getting great ideas of how we can help you build your business, and it's really working. We're getting a lot of people sponsoring. The agreements are coming in. We're very excited about it. And doing so, we want to, if you'll notice what the title's going to be for tonight's conference call is how networking can help you recruit. Now, what that really boils down to is what do we ladies do best but talk and chat. In many locations, we're a kind of curious group. We always like to know. We're more talkative. I mean, when you try to get a man to give you a description of what happened, you just say, well, it worked, this worked, or that's it. And women will go on to explain in detail and get involved, and she'll get all the emotion and everything. So when we say we like to chat, it's really constructive because we get the whole story. And I think that's important. And I think that's why it's easy for women to recruit because we can talk to women easier and they understand and they really want to share experiences and their personal things. And I think all of a sudden they'll open up. And I think we open up more than men do. And so that's why we thought that is such a good subject. How can you go ahead and make this talking work for you in recruiting? And you might say, well, you just talk and ask them. But, Nancy's going to share with you, and if she doesn't do it, I will, because it was so exciting, and I don't want to take her time on that. But, boy, it's kind of an awakening to see how some people get into the business. And Nancy's going to share with us how that happens. So, but I just think that all we have to do in life, and I think it says in the Bible, ask and ye shall receive. That's called ASK. Ask and ye shall receive. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. We have to get out and see the people. So when we get out, we got to talk. We got to talk about what we do. So that's how our girls tonight are going to be able to help you. So I'm going to turn this over to Nancy now, Nancy Hahn, who just returned from a long trip through Texas and Alabama and Tennessee and North Carolina. And so she's ready to be at home for a little bit, but she's excited about sharing. So, Nancy, I'm going to turn this over to you now.
Thanks, Phyllis. Well, I'll tell you what, it is exciting to be out there and be with all of you. And many of us got surprises when we talked about how were you recruited. And what we found out as leaders that most people are recruited because they ask us to join our family. So what we've got to do is we've got to turn that around. So Phil and I were talking about networking and how important that is to teach. Now, most of you that are listening are fantastic networkers. Many of us might be a little leery of it, a little scared to do it, but we've got a couple of the finest tonight in our company that do networking daily, consistently, very, very well. Gail, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Well, I tell you what, I would like to say in Gail's behalf, she too is one of the best networkers I guess I know, because when I talk to her throughout the week, many times we have a chance to visit about where she's at, and I am always amazed at the business she brings forth, and she's generally at a different location every time. It's not necessarily a clinic. It could be a home party. So, Gail, take it away, and I'm going to, in the meantime, try to get Debbie back.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everybody. Good. Okay, well, I'm going to just tell you, right now I'm sitting on the side of the road in the woods at Cape Cod, Mass. So I'm going to tell you a little bit how I network. I kind of do it all. But like Deb, I kind of took a step back and really asked myself, what does networking mean to me, to you in our business? And that's kind of like how I'm going to start off tonight a little bit first before I get into what I actually do. Networking is about building connections, making contacts, and finding possible strategic partners. That's it in a nutshell. Network equals selling. They both go hand in hand. If we feel passionate about our products, you want to tell everybody. But if you tell everybody too much, it can feel like a sales pitch rather than a relationship-building process. We want to build the network of relationships slowly over time. I think that's what I've done in the 20 years I've been in business. Think of yourself as a spider building a web, and each person you meet helps the web to grow more beautiful. What I really love about this business is the choice, how we choose where and how we work it, if we work it. I choose to do bra clinics in an exercise environment as a base. I think everybody needs a base, whether they do home shows, personal shows, individual appointments, whatever. But you need to have a consistent base every month. That's the only way you're going to be able to network. But I do it all when I looked at the whole picture. I'm happy to share with you how I do and how I network, and hope this helps to make you really reach out, not perhaps change your style, but maybe open a few more doors. Who knows, you might like the change and challenge. I'm not a script person, for those of you that know me. I go by personalities and what I hear in a voice and respond accordingly. The phone is your best friend, whether you like it or not. I hear it all the time from my team. I hate the phone. But it is a huge part of this business and the networking part of it. I respect the Internet, but I need to hear a voice to know how I may respond. It does take practice, persistence, but it usually gets me a referral in the door. For example, today I was at Cape Cod. I did a curves, and talking to the woman at the desk, come to find out, the owner came in. She had 5 curves here. You know what? Much easier to get a referral from somebody to get you in that door than it is to do a cold call. My husband always says, wish you could slow down and talk that clearly with me, because your tone of voice is important in how you talk, as he hears me on the phone all the time. For those of you that know I'm a fast talker, excitable, slow down and just practice again and again, and you'll get more comfortable. Number one, a few of my tools that I use, number one, most important for me, especially with recruiting, getting to know the person, is a profile sheet, whether I do a clinic, individual appointment. Everybody fills it out like the doctor's office. It's my most important tool. I use it to get leads, and it has all their personal information on it, especially what they do for a living. That's my end. It serves 2 purposes: my training workshop for new recruits and the client's occupation. That is my conversation line with them, and I've gotten into 2 hospitals by doing this, meeting nurses and health fairs. It is a 2-sided page with a place for referrals on the other side for a lot of my home shows where I have a little more time. Plus, it looks very professional. Happy to attach a copy for you. Referrals is number 2. Your best. You can advertise. You can do whatever, but I think referrals are better than cold calls, and it's your best in. Always get names and ask their permission to have your next clinic call them. I've been doing this more and more, and I'm getting into more places. We do this all the time, and I have a way better success getting in right away. This is how we get in and open up many areas as I travel 9 states. I usually know them by the time I get there because I have a personal contact many times before I actually get there. Newspaper ads, I do several a year just to get my name out there. Expensive, but still important to do them just to get your name out there. But talk, everyone is the bottom line. Where do I market in my team? Well, for my base, most of you know I do curves. I do about 12 a month. This changes depending on what I've got lined up for the month, but I always have a base that I know that I have to do because I have to see the people to get the networking and the referrals. 1 to 2 home shows plus starter shows. I have a new show girl starting this Friday. Several hospital clinics a year. I do hospital workshop talks, more and more because I'm getting more referrals. Health fairs, town fairs, red hat shows. I'm not going to mention some that Debbie had. The chiropractor office, I just had an interview with the chiropractor. Girls' weekends, 4 per year. Spa nights for various businesses. Garden club ladies. Scrapbooking retreats plus. Women's expos and bridal fairs, costly, but need several team members with good follow-up guidelines and need to be able to fit as well. That's really my source. Other sources are BNI, women's groups, Chamber of Commerce. I don't do many of those. I know Mary Black is very successful with it. You need time. You need to be able to go that once a week. Also, I do not forget the grocery stores, the department store clerks, and post office lines to talk and network with people. What I'm trying to say, it's endless. I could go on forever. There are women everywhere and much business to be had. I have more business than I can do. I need recruits, obviously, and I've got 3 this month. Tips: wear your name badge and pins everywhere. Look professional, clean car, products in order, and always look and act relaxed. I think this is really important. No matter how stressed we are, this will really attract prospects much easier. People are stressed enough these days. People want to be around happy people, and that's how you'll attract more people. Now, I've got a couple things here. I think of us as a toolbox. We need the toolbox, and this came to actually Mary Christensen. Be a Network Marketing Superstar book is excellent. Number 1, always keep a full schedule. Be consistent in what you commit to and follow through.